Welcome back to some more battles. We are in a new season and we're going to be trying out the Corviknight paired with the Shadow, Sableye, and the Regidrago in the back. So the team makes a lot of sense. Corviknight protecting the double fairy weakness in the back, but it looks like we are going to get met with a fairy in the lead. So this is basically where we want it. However, it is going to be pretty decent against our Corviknight as well. We are fishing for a boost, and we finally get them to switch out. And now we have the matchup we actually want. So Shadow, Sableye into the Annihilate. This is a winning matchup for us. Early shield grabbed. We know that we can survive the traditional movesets, but maybe they run Shadow Ball for some reason. So little bit of a bait called, and now we can invest the shield, and then we have residual energy to throw back into it looks like Corviknight's in the back, so they have a similar Corviknight. We're not going to allow the farm down, so we're going to use our Regidrago for a meat shield, so to speak, because this Regidrago almost has no play left. That's a very interesting shield. We get them to shield a resistant move. Air Cutter is going to get used, allowing them to take us out. And now we have to use our shield very wisely here. We tank the Air Cutter. Luckily, they only go for the Air Cutter there. We go for the payback, taking out the opposing Corviknight. And now we just got to make sure we throw on good timing. This chip damage is important because right there puts it in range of our foul play, and we believe we have a foul play banked on the Sableye. So this is going to be GG's, and down goes the Azu. So GG's. Looks like the Shadow Sableye bulk did come in handy, mainly because we were able to bank a move and survive all the opposing Rage Fists. All right, Corviknight into the Psywave Malamar. So we are resisting their fast move, and we just got to worry about their charter. We did get a boost there. That is very nice for us. But you can see the foul plays are adding up, and it does significant damage. Luckily, we are able to survive another one, so we are able to just let it go. And let's see if they want to shield this boosted. Nope, they actually swap and save the shield. So we take the shield advantage into the back line. We're going to match their switch with our Sableye. Sableye here is able to get to a foul play and get the farm down. So that's the most ideal scenario. And now we're going to have a foul play bait here. It's not really a bait because we are doing significant damage still. So at least we get a lot of damage, and we actually catch a return. That is not exactly what we were expecting. The return did a good chunk of damage, honestly, but luckily we are able to grab their last shield by throwing the Vice Grip and then going immediately into the Corviknight, forcing them to throw energy. And now we're in a great spot because they're relatively energy dry. We have another foul play banked on the Sableye, and down goes their team. So a little bit of a theme there, saving energy on the Sableye, banking a move, kind of the key to some of these victories. All right, next we're gonna have Corviknight into Clefable. So another great lead. At least we avoid the fairy scenario. This is gonna be all about maintaining alignment. Interesting, they're staying in. What moves are they throwing here? Okay, Meteor Mash is going to be revealed. That is not going to be enough to come close to taking us out. This kind of gives the hint that they're going to either switch eventually or they're AVA weak. And it looks like we have a licky to deal with. We had an option to go into the Regidrago, but we wanted the Sableye to get out of the way so it's not as weak to the fairies. So we're just going to deal as much damage as possible here, and we actually almost get the farm down, but we force them to go back into the Clefable. Getting them to use some energy there is significant because they're not going to be able to get to multiple moves. There's the Meteor Mash. We're looking for the farm down. Ooh, So they do get to another move, and it ends up only being a Swift. So good no shield right there. They had the shield advantage, but they're really low on their last Pokemon. So it looks like we are gonna take the Regidrago into the Sableye matchup. We shield a potential big move, ends up being the Dazzling Gleam. So great shield, and wow, they just do not believe that we were going to throw Dragon Energy there. So that was a great no shield by our opponent, and unfortunately for our opponent, they're not going to have enough health. Saving 2 shields was not the play. We were able to fast move them down. So I think it was just safer if they shielded that Vice Grip, even though it's going to be a resistor move. Okay, it looks like we have a trainer trying to test out some things. Eevee is revealed. Pretty high CP considering it's only the first stage. I'm not sure if this is like a 100% one, but we were able to basically tank their move and get the farm down. And it looks like they accidentally used the Eevee because they actually have a Malamar built. The Malamar does have superpower. We are able to tank it. We're going to apply the pressure here. This is going to get the Shore heavy damage. Yeah, and it looks like the Ninetales in the back there would have been really decent against our backline, but we still had 2 shields up and 2 healthy Pokemon, even though they were weak to the fairies. Next game, we're going to have Kleavor into the Corviknight. This is a great matchup. We force out the switch. Okay, this switch here is kind of problematic. We don't have a great answer to this thing. However, we're going to see what they end up throwing. Foul Play is going to get used, so that's a lot of neutral damage. But we are resisting their fast move pressure, so we're going to be able to build up to 2 paybacks, and they end up double shielding. And then they kind of lose count here. We get to a 3rd payback to take out that Oranguru with a ton of energy. And this is all but over at this point because they have no shields. We have the Sableye. They don't have any Charmers. We can shield here. Doesn't matter what move it is because we can get to this Power Gem, easily taking out the Kleavor. And then we're going to have Fighter into the Ghosts. This is a positive matchup. And even though we don't have any great charge moves, the chip damage plus the fast move pressure is going to add up too much, and they don't really have anything to deal any significant damage to our Sableye. So down goes Throw, and GG's to our opponent. So check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.